Welcome to the topic, Prayers for Peace of Mind. If you are looking for peace of mind, these prayers are the key to overcoming anxiety and stress in your life. These prayers not only help you find inner peace, but also motivate you to feel the comfort of God. Each prayer is a step forward in your journey to find peace, helping you overcome challenges and find hope in the midst of difficulties. As you listen to these prayers, you will feel the peace that envelopes you, like a gentle wave that soothes your soul and brings balance to your life. So let each prayer help you relieve anxiety, heal your heart, and open the door to peace for your soul. Lord, when our home is no longer a place of peace, when family relationships seem to be falling apart, please come and give us harmony and love. Family life is a challenging and precious journey. It is where children are born, where emotions rise and fall, where joys and sorrows and conflicts arise in the bond of love. But Lord, sometimes it is the closeness, the frequent contact, that causes conflicts, disagreements, and even fatigue to overwhelm love. When quarrels, misunderstandings, and impatience arise, the home is no longer a place where I find comfort. Even in the home where we live, peace can be violated, and I begin to fear that I cannot maintain the harmony that you desire. Dear Lord, family is a priceless gift that you have given us, but sometimes we do not know how to preserve it. Impatience, misunderstanding, and sometimes too much ego cause the love in the family to fade. Jesus taught us to love one another as you have loved us, but when storms arise in family life, I do not know how to maintain that love. Each member of the family has their own needs and desires, and when these desires are not met, or when we cannot understand each other, the harmony in the family seems to gradually crack. Dear Lord, there are times when I look at my family and wonder if we can find peace again, if unnecessary conflicts can be resolved, if the love between us can truly endure these trials. I know that family is a place where we can find comfort and support, but sometimes our closeness prevents us from seeing each other as equals. We easily criticize each other, easily judge each other, forgetting that love is not perfection, but understanding and forgiveness. Lord, help us realize that peace in the family does not come from our being perfect, but from our being forgiving and loving. Family is not a place without challenges, but a place where each member faces difficulties together and finds a way to overcome them. In difficult times, family can be a wonderful place for us to share and help each other. But sometimes, those difficulties can also create tension, and then family becomes the place where I feel most distant. I cannot solve everything by myself, and sometimes the conflicts in my family make me feel tired and lose faith in the love we have for each other. Lord, when my family is in trouble, I pray that you help me realize that only when you are present in every relationship, only when we truly surrender our family into your hands, can we overcome all difficulties. When the love in our family is challenged, I do not want to find a solution by my own strength, but I want to find peace in your love. You are the source of boundless strength, the one who will help us find harmony again, helping each member of the family feel the love and care that you want us to share with each other. I know that only when my family lives in your love, only when that love is expressed in every action, in every word, can my family truly find peace. Lord, I also ask that you help each member of my family realize that love in the family is not just about personal sacrifice, but about understanding and empathy. When we do not understand each other, when we do not listen to each other, the relationship in the family will easily be broken. I ask you to help my family become a place where everyone feels truly loved and cared for. Sometimes, we just need to stop for a moment, listen to each other a little, and care more about each other's feelings. That is how the family becomes a peaceful place, where love is not only spoken, but also shown through every action, every small gesture. Dear God, I know that nothing in the family is perfect, We all have our own flaws and wounds. But I also know that only when we learn to love and forgive each other will our family become the place of peace that we seek. I ask you to help my family always remember that love is not only empathy, but also patience. We cannot love each other completely if we do not forgive, if we do not overlook each other's mistakes, and if we do not respect each other's differences. Dear God, please help me and my family to live in love, live in understanding, and always leave everything in your hands. I ask you to help my family always find peace in every situation, always love and support each other, even in the most difficult times. I know that our family will never be perfect, but when we live in your love, no conflict, no challenge can break the bond of love between us. Lord, I believe that when my family lives in your peace, when we truly entrust everything into your hands, we will always know how to love, understand, and forgive each other. And in that love, my family will become a place filled with peace, a place where your love is always present, illuminating every corner of our hearts. Lord, please grant my family peace and harmony so that we may always love and support each other in all circumstances. Lord, when I look at my family, I see wounds that have not healed, misunderstandings that have not been resolved. Family moments, although filled with love and care, are sometimes torn by tension, conflict, and lack of understanding. At those times, I feel like my family is no longer a safe place where I find support, but a place where I feel disappointed and lost. You have taught us that family is the foundation of love, of unity, but in those dark moments, I do not know how to revive that love that was once so warm. Lord, help my family find harmony so that we can live together in true love, not only in peaceful days, but also in difficult times when conflicts can easily break the affection between us. Lord, I entrust my family to you, believing that peace will only come when you are present in every relationship. We may have disagreements, we may be tired at times because of the challenges in life, but when we seek you, peace will ease all tensions. I know that this peace is not the absence of challenges or conflicts, but the peace that comes from finding your closeness in every difficult moment, so that love and understanding between family members can grow and become stronger. I entrust my family into your hands, believing that when you lead us, we will always find the right path and harmony. Dear God, family is a wonderful gift from you, but sometimes I find myself unable to maintain it. Small disagreements can quickly escalate into major conflicts, and impatient words can create distance between members. I know that I cannot change what has happened, but I also know that I can change how I see and approach those challenges. I need your help in finding patience, forgiveness, and love in my family, especially when I feel tired and no longer able to face difficulties. Dear God, help us always remember that family is a place where each member can share, listen, and understand each other, where your love is shown through every action, every gesture of love. Dear God, in the most difficult times, help me remember that peace does not come from solving every problem immediately, but from living in trust in you. When our family faces great challenges, when each member has his or her own difficulties, I know that we cannot always do everything right. However, when we surrender everything to you, when we let you guide and help us, we will find the path to harmony and peace. I realize that true peace is not when everything is perfect, but when we live in your love and forgiveness, when we know that no matter what difficulties we face, you are always with us and our family. Dear God, when I face challenges in my family, I ask you to help me always see the problem through the lens of love. In this life, no one is perfect and no one is immune to mistakes. But when we look at each other with the eyes of forgiveness and understanding, I believe that love will always overcome every difficulty. I ask you to help my family forgive each other, not only for past mistakes, but also for differences in thinking and approach to life. Love is acceptance, empathy, understanding that each person in the family has their own difficulties, but together with you, we can overcome them all. Lord, I pray that you will help my family become a place where your love and peace are always present. Help my family realize that it is not material things or external perfection that are most important, but the love, care, and understanding between each other. When each person in my family understands that love is sacrifice, forgiveness, and acceptance of each other despite our differences, my family will always be the place of peace that I seek. Lord, I place my family in your hands, trusting that you will always lead us on the path of love and harmony. I cannot do it all alone, but with your help, my family will always find the right path. I believe that when my family lives in your presence, when we learn to love and forgive, peace will always be a part of our lives. Lord, please be with my family always, so that we can always live in the love, harmony, and peace that you want us to have. May our family always be a place of love and understanding. Lord, in times when our family goes through trials and conflicts between members, please help us remember that love and understanding must always be the foundation of every relationship. You have taught us to love one another as you have loved us, but sometimes in our family life, I feel that love seems to be tested by conflicts and disagreements. When differences in opinions and actions drive us apart, I understand that only when we listen and understand each other can love flourish. I ask you to help my family be a place where love exists not only in beautiful words, but also in actions of understanding and patience. Lord, in the family, each member has his or her own feelings, emotions, and thoughts. Sometimes, these differences become the cause of misunderstanding and conflict. I know that I cannot change all of our differences, but I ask you to help my family learn to live together in harmony, despite our unique characteristics. It is in this diversity that love must be the bridge for us to understand and love each other more. I know that when we live in your love, all differences become small and conflicts will no longer be obstacles that prevent us from growing closer together. Lord, please help my family learn to listen to each other with an open heart, so that each member feels understood and appreciated. There are times when I feel like I cannot understand the decisions others make in my family, and sometimes that leads to frustration and anger. But when I stop, pray, and seek your guidance, I realize that only when I truly listen, not just with my ears, but with my heart, can I feel what others are going through. Lord, help me to always find ways to understand the thoughts, feelings, and desires of my loved ones, so that I can love and care for them with your love. Lord, love in a family does not always come from perfection, but from acceptance and forgiveness. I know that no family is without challenges, and each family has its own issues to deal with. But I believe that when we live in forgiveness and love, those challenges will not drive us apart. You have taught us that true love is about sacrifice and forgiveness. Lord, help my family learn to forgive each other, even when that forgiveness is difficult, so that we can build a family that is not only physically strong, but also spiritually strong, where love can grow strong. Lord, when our family faces difficult problems, when we cannot solve them all by our own strength, please help us find peace in trusting in you. I know that only when I surrender everything to you can our family truly overcome the challenges. When we do not know what to do, when the tension makes the love in our family grow cold, it is your presence that gives us the strength to overcome. Lord, please help my family to always remember that in you, true peace is always present, and only when we trust in you can our family find the way to overcome all difficulties, to find harmony and love again. Lord, I pray that you will give my family an open heart, so that each member knows how to care for the feelings and needs of each other. When my family faces difficulties in work, study, or personal matters, sometimes I feel that the stress creates an invisible distance between members. But I believe that when each member of the family knows how to listen, sympathize, and share, all problems can be resolved peacefully. Lord, please help my family learn to share the joys, sorrows, and difficulties in life, so that we always feel loved and supported by each other. Dear God, my family is the first place where I found love, understanding, and forgiveness. Please help us to maintain these values so that we can always love, understand, and forgive each other. I know that life is not always easy, but when we have you in our hearts, everything is possible. Dear God, please help my family to always be a place where each member feels loved and appreciated, so that we never forget that peace and harmony in the family does not come from being perfect, but from knowing how to live in your love and forgiveness. Dear God, I entrust my family into your hands, believing that you will always guide and help us overcome all challenges. I know that no family is without difficulties, but when we put you at the center of our family, love will always be the guiding light. I pray that you will help my family to always maintain love, understanding, and harmony in all situations, so that my family will always be a place of peace and happiness. Lord, please help my family to live under your guidance and always know how to love, support, and share with each other in all circumstances of life. Amen. I pray for all family relationships, that each one may find peace in your presence. Lord, when I look at family relationships, I cannot help but realize that each relationship has its own challenges. Whether it is a husband and wife, a parent and child, or a sibling relationship, each relationship is a seed that needs to be cared for and nurtured with love, understanding, and forgiveness. There are times when life's challenges cause tension in our relationships, and small misunderstandings can lead to major conflicts. But Lord, I know that in all of these challenges, if we find peace in your presence, everything can be resolved. I believe that when you are present in each relationship, you will help us overcome conflicts, helping us to see each other with love and patience. Lord, in our relationship as husband and wife, I pray that you will help us to love and support each other. I know that the love between husband and wife is a sacred relationship, an image of the love between God and the church. But that love is not always easy, especially when my wife and I face difficulties in life, financial challenges, work, or personal problems. There are times when we feel tired, exhausted, and may lose patience with each other. But Lord, please help us to always remember that love between husband and wife is not about feeling perfect all the time, but about sacrifice, understanding, and forgiveness. Please help us to always respect each other, share the difficulties and joys, and most importantly, always keep you at the center of our relationship. Lord, I also pray for the relationship between parents and children in my family. As parents, we have a responsibility to educate and care for our children, but sometimes our decisions and actions may not be understood and accepted by our children. Lord, please help us to be parents who listen, understand, and sympathize with our children. Please help us to always have enough patience and love to teach our children in understanding and faith. I pray for the children in my family that you help them always respect and love their parents, understanding that everything we do is for their good. I ask you to help us build a family environment where love and respect for each other are the foundation. Lord, I also pray for the relationship between siblings in the family. When we were children, our siblings were our closest friends. But as adults, each of us has our own life, and sometimes that distance can create distance. Dear God, please help my family to love, care for, and support each other, even though we each have our own goals and dreams. I know that no family is without challenges, and sometimes our relationships can be challenged by differences in how we live and think. But I believe that when you are present in our relationships, love will always triumph over differences, and we will always find harmony in love. Dear God, I pray that you help my family remember that in order to have peace, we need to live in understanding, forgiveness, and love. Sometimes it is not the differences in our families that are the problem, but how we deal with them. Dear God, please help my family to live in understanding and care for each other. When we encounter conflicts, please help us remember that instead of arguing or criticizing each other, we can find ways to listen and sympathize with each other. I know that when we live in God's love, we will no longer see conflict as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to understand each other better, to love and forgive each other more. Lord, in difficult times, when our family faces great challenges, help us to remember that peace comes from trusting in you. When life throws us into difficult situations, When family issues become overwhelming, we may feel exhausted and lose faith. But Lord, help our family to remember that only when we entrust everything to you can we find true peace. I trust that you will help us overcome every difficulty, and when we live in trust in you, every conflict and challenge becomes an opportunity for us to grow in love and faith. Lord, our family is not perfect, but we know that when our family lives in your love, you will strengthen us. I entrust all the relationships in our family into your hands so that you can guide us in the right direction. Dear God, the family is a place where love and support should be shown in all circumstances. I pray that you help my family to always remember that harmony is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of love and understanding. Please help my family to be a place where every member feels loved, appreciated, and understood. Dear God, I place my family in your hands, trusting that you will always be the source of peace and love in every family relationship. I cannot do it all alone, but with your guidance, I believe that my family will always find the right path to live in harmony and love. I know that only when my family lives in love and trust in you will every difficulty become an opportunity for us to grow in faith and love. Dear God, please help my family to always be a place of peace, where each member feels your love and presence in every moment of life. Amen. Lord, I dedicate my family to you, trusting that you will always be there, guiding and helping us in every situation. Lord, I cannot help but realize that my family has overcome many challenges, not only by our own strength, but because you are present in every moment. As each day passes, I realize more and more that my family is not a place without challenges, but a place where love, patience, and trust in you have kept us strong. Many times my family has faced problems that seemed insurmountable, but when we stopped, listened, and prayed, when we let you lead, things were resolved in ways we could not imagine. I believe that your presence is the strength that keeps my family standing. Lord, over the years, my family has learned that peace is not the absence of difficulties, but rather your presence in every challenge we face. When I feel like my family has lost its way, when we don't seem to understand each other, when stress and fatigue have diluted our love, it is then that I remember your words. My peace I give to you, John 14, verse 27. I have come to realize that the peace you give is not the avoidance of difficulties, but the inner peace that comes when we find your closeness, when we place everything in your hands and trust in your love and providence. I cannot deny that my family still has conflicts and unresolved misunderstandings, but I know that only when my family finds harmony in your love will everything be okay. Every relationship in the family needs care, listening, and especially forgiveness. God has taught us that true love is unconditional love, sacrifice, and willingness to forgive each other. I pray that God will help my family always live in love and forgiveness. I know that only when each member of the family lives in forgiveness, when we no longer hold on to old hurts, but open our hearts to each other, can my family find true peace. Lord, I dedicate my family to you, believing that only your presence in every relationship will help my family maintain love and harmony. When each member of my family looks at each other with eyes of love and understanding, when we not only see mistakes, but also see efforts, when we not only criticize, but also support each other, my family will always be a place of peace. Lord, in my family, each member has his or her own difficulties and worries. Help us to understand that peace comes from living together in love, in honesty, and without concealment. I ask God to help my family live in your presence every day. I know that peace in our family is not a natural thing, but the result of our decision to live according to the principles that you have taught: love, forgiveness, patience, and understanding. When we live in your presence, love will take over our hearts. Disagreements will become opportunities to understand each other better, and every difficulty will become a step forward in the journey of building a strong family. I pray that my family will become an image of a loving community where understanding and patience are always a solid foundation. Lord, our family may not be perfect, But we know that when we place our family in your hands, you will make everything work for good. When we trust in your guidance, our family will no longer fear challenges, no longer be afraid of conflicts. We will always know how to overcome all difficulties with the support of each other and with the presence of God. Our family will always be a place of love, where every member feels protected, understood, and supported in God's love. Dear God, please give my family the peace that only you can give. Please help my family to always find strength in faith and in love. When we live in your guidance, every challenge in our family will become an opportunity for us to grow in love. I know that whenever my family faces difficulties, I will not face them alone, but will always have your presence by my side. The peace that you give is a peace that cannot be taken away, a peace that is not disturbed by any circumstances. I also ask you to help my family always remember that love in the family is not just acceptance, but also sacrifice. Each member of the family must learn to love and care for each other. Love is not something easy and simple, but when we live in your love, that love will become an endless source of strength. Help my family to love each other as you have loved us. Teach us to live for each other and always seek harmony in every situation. Lord, in every challenge my family faces, help us to remember that every difficulty is an opportunity for our family to grow in faith and love. When my family lives in your peace, nothing can weaken the love between us. I know that my family will always be a safe place where I can find love, understanding, and forgiveness. When I entrust my family to you, I trust that you will always protect and guide us in every situation, so that my family will always live in your peace and love. Lord, I entrust my family to you, trusting that peace and love in my family will always exist when we live in your guidance. I cannot do it all alone, but with your help, my family will always stay on the path that you have prepared. I thank you for the love and care that you always give to my family. I believe that with your presence in my family, every difficulty will become an opportunity for us to grow and love each other more. Lord, please give my family peace, harmony, and love in every moment of our lives. Amen.